For more content like this, log on to gibbopresents.com.
It's Gibbo, and right now I'm joined by a singer, songwriter, poet, and revolutionist with a light beam to illuminate darkness. It is Queen Cannabis, aka Hempress Sativa. How are you?
Greetings, I'm good. I love that introduction, by the way.
Thank you, well deserved.
Thank you.
You have had a busy last couple of months. You were in Belgium for Reggae, Spain for Rotterdam Sunsplash, London, Minneapolis for Red Bull Sound Select, San Diego for Summer Splash, and I'm sure there have been some other shows too which I haven't mentioned. How would you sum up or describe this period of traveling and performing, and is there one moment which particularly sticks out to you?
Summing up this period, it's just a period of Thanksgiving, of being grateful. We've put in the works and it's finally, manifesting now. And, we're just giving thanks. A moment that stands out most in my mind would be first time performing in Europe at Reggae, and to see how the crowd was singing along and to feel their energy and their vibration was something very tremendous for me as an artist who has never been to Europe before, to experience.
Do you feel that in order for your fans to really feel the power of your music and to get the true Hempress Sativa experience that they need to see you performing live?
No, I don't think so. But to see me perform live would be a bonus. I feel like I put a lot of heart and soul in my music. There is never a song that Hempress Sativa has written that I've never taken the time to try to convey certain emotions. So you can listen to the songs, but to see me perform is actually an added bonus.
I saw a photo you posted recently of yourself on stage, and in the caption you said, "I tend to get carried away with music." Is this something that happens often when you perform, and could you describe this experience?
Yeah, it's something that happens often because I tend to get lost into music, and there's a certain spirit that takes over, and I am no longer Hempress Sativa. I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's like a runner's eye. It's that state of eye without any drug, anything more than just the joy of being present in the moment and the joy of being able to express your music.
Is it something you feel in the moment? Do you feel differently when you reflect upon it afterwards?
It's something that I feel in the moment, and me that I've experienced it. When I reflect on it, I can still feel that vibe again. It's like a never-ending thing, especially like I was saying to you in Belgium, being on stage there with the band, the Unconquerable band, and the way how they play and the way how the music sounded and the vibe from the people. It was like a euphoria without any type of drug. Just the energy from the people.
And
it's like a vibration, you're being lifted higher and higher, but you're not being elevated. It's like your spirit being lifted higher and higher.
And was this the most intense that you have felt that at Reggae in Belgium?
Yes, because for me, every performance is a growth. A lot of times me preparing for the performance, it takes a lot of energy to put in the rehearsal and everything. So being on stage, being present in the moment is a different vibe than I can possibly explain to anybody. Me, the individual experiencing it, is a different vibe than me being able to express to you. But like I'm saying, it's a state of euphoria. It's a state of just letting go and being in the moment and letting the music take control.
I believe when you were in Europe at Rotterdam, you performed your latest single, No Retreats, featuring the late Junior Mervyn for the first time. Was there an incident or situation which prompted you to write this song?
There was no situation, actually working with Axe Production, because they did some of the production on the Unconquerable album. They're like my family. So I visited them and was just there preparing to do the next album, we're going through some rhythms that they had there with Junior Mervyn, the late great that passed, God bless him spirit. And they played that Junior Mervyn for me, and just a lot of ideas went off in my mind. And I said I had to use this, to keep his name alive. And there was a certain message that I wanted to convey from hearing his chorus. So that's how that song came about. And the funny thing about performing that on Rotterdam was the same day that song was released, on August 17, in honor of the great Marcus Garvey, we released the song on that date. So it was really a joy to share that with the ones, and to see all the ones them reciprocated the song for the first time they're hearing it, and to see how they reacted. It was something amazing to experience.
So work has begun on your second album already, and presumably this single will feature on it?
I am not sure, but maybe. Maybe. We'll see how that works out, because we have a lot of other songs there to choose from.
It's available now digitally and also on vinyl.
On vinyls.
Like yes. A considerable amount of your catalogue is. I want to ask you about this. Why do you choose to release your music on vinyl at a time when many other artists don't? Is it your father's sound system background influencing you?
Partly. And it's me watching the music industry and thinking ahead and seeing that vinyl has made a great comeback. It's just that Jamaican hasn't really catch on to it. But my father is a selector from Jalov Sound System. My father born and grew up in vinyl. It would have been a dishonor to just hear that it's a CD here, knowing that he doesn't play CD. And then to know that there's many men like him out there that stay true to that sound system culture and only play vinyl. Now, if I want my music to reach everybody and be available for everybody, I have to consider everybody regardless of whether it is popular or not. I have to make consideration. So that is one of the thoughts behind, why we say everything of it be on vinyl. Vinyl is final at the end of the day. It's one of them tangible things there where decades after you can still dust off your little thing and put it on your turntable and still all a good joy from it, and to hear them sounds in the vinyl. It's a different energy added to it. Born and grow, listen to vinyl. Born and grow, see my father select with him turntable. Just one turntable. So I had to do that in honor of him as well.
I would guess as far back as your memories go, you have images of your father just playing music all the time in the house. I assume his vinyl collection is vast.
I have images of my father, and I have tapes from me being a little child and him calling us, "Take the mic." "Why, Daddy?" "Take the mic." "Why?" "Sing a song," and then him drop on a rhythm. And then being young, I never understood. I was very shy and very nervous because he would play back these audio tapes, these cassettes, for us to hear on the big sound system, and it's the whole community listening to us singing, however good we sound or however bad we sound. So being a little girl and usually seeing him doing that, I used to be nervous. But it was something that prepared me for now. Me not realizing that, but reflecting is something that actually prepared me for now. Because we born and grew up on sound system and old mic and a DJ and a try freestyle and all of them things. They were born and grew up with that. So we're grateful for the works and the inspiration for our father, Ilawi. We honor him every single time. I cannot speak enough about my father, because my father basically is the first inclination that I had about music. I would listen to music from 5 o'clock in the morning straight back to 5 o'clock the next morning, because that's how he took so much love and so much appreciation for music, so much passion. Them man they have for music, them man they sit down the one night, a catalog, what he's gonna play for the next upcoming dances. It's like no hurry come up. Him put a lot of art and soul. So when people go to a Jalop sound system and hear I Love Ya select, them feel a certain energy, them feel a certain vibration from the music that he would play. It's like a story being told through every selection.
And he must be extremely proud of you, knowing that you are carrying on the musical legacy for the family and seeing the love and passion that you have for it.
Yes, he's very proud. And I am glad that I could make him such, you know, because that is what every child wants to be for their parent. That every child wants to be ambitious, you know. They say, mommy and daddy, you know, everything is all right with me. You understand? I can make it. So for him to see me, you know, reaping the success, however little it is, and what more is to come, he's very happy for me. He's very happy for me. All the time, he say, yo, make sure you put all your songs on vinyl. And we have some rhythms where if you want to listen to them, we can always go back and revamp. My father has just always been influential in my music. If there's any song that I do, I bring it to him and say, how this sound? And him say, well, you can balance out this little bit. And I always appreciate that because he's a veteran in this dancehall, the sound system culture. He's a veteran. He's a veteran where drumming is concerned because my father is a drummer. He's a veteran where producing is concerned because he's a producer, a singer, and a songwriter. So his input is very important to all of my music.
When it comes to your music, great artwork is also a recurring feature, whether it be No Retreat, your album Unconquered Rebel, Rockets in a Dance, or Twisted Sheets. Do you give the designers much guidance when it comes to the artwork for your music, or do you just say, here's the project, do what you do?
I tend to want to tell them what to do. Because it's important for me to convey a certain message, and that is what the artwork is, a message in itself. So I try to be intrinsic in every little aspect of my music, whether it's artwork, whether it's the production, any little thing. I try to play that role because it's an independent label. We don't have anybody behind anywhere doing anything big for us. We try to do it ourselves. So we can stay close to the people and close to the music. So I tend to tell them the idea, and I don't deny if they also want to contribute something to it. It's always welcome, but 90% of the concept come out of my big head.
Well, judging by your answer there, you clearly understand the importance of visual appearance. You also demonstrate this when you perform through the outfits you wear. We see great pattern fabrics, bright colors. That's become your trademark. Do they simply reflect your style preferences, or is there a deeper meaning there?
A little of both. I'm an African. I can't deny that. I love my culture, even though I'm not so sure exactly where I'm from or what tribe I belong to. I claim Africa as a whole. So everything that is African, I tend to want to exhibit that. Whether sometimes in other artwork, most times in how I dress, how I represent myself. I look at myself as a queen. You know what I mean? So I always want to represent as a queen, and also it is a message for the girls them out there and the women also to know that you don't have to dress naked in order to make an impact or a statement. You can dress in your longest gown and still be the sexiest woman on earth, however you want to look at it. So that is very important for me to display as a Rasta woman, to maintain my tradition, to maintain my culture and the modesty. And it's also to represent Africa. Because what way else I can do it? I can't always get up and sing about Africa, but my dress can always represent Africa. And every time you look at my attire, you can always see. So this girl really loves our culture.
Do you have people sending you clothes, accessories, etc., designers, or even just fans?
I do have people send me, fans will send us stuff. Not always to my liking, but I still appreciate it. And I still always try to do the right thing and represent it or incorporate it however I can in whatever outfit. Because then people really look at me and say, yeah, I have so much love and respect for you. I want to give you a strength. Here is a bracelet, here is a necklace or something. And I will always try to incorporate that in my attire because it's always giving back, iron sharp, iron and a strength to strength.
You posted a photo recently of yourself with the great Desiree, and the words you wrote to accompany it made it clear that you've got a huge amount of respect for her, not just as an artist, but also as a woman. Can you explain why this is and what it is about her and her music that inspires you?
All right. So for me, I don't think Desiree is given as much respect as she deserves. This is a Rastafari woman who has maintained the culture and the tradition. And for me, it's a joy to listen to her music. Her music, whatever I am going through, whatever vibe, whatever feeling. I can't find a Desiree for all her joy to that conveys that emotion. So I honor her for that. Is a wonderful human being, a very spiritual person, and I can learn so much from her. We can learn so much from Desiree, her humility, her strength, how beautiful she is in spirit and physically. And as I say, she just the music because I just our mission that there is no hype to it. There is no big nothing to it more than she just love music and she want to share music. So that resonates with my spirit. And that's why I love her. And that's why I will always lift her up. And that is why I will always speak highly of Desiree. Because I feel like people don't know enough about her and her music should be out there as well. It deserves to be out there. Them lady that was some heights when some people, not all. And I can learn so much from her. And the world can learn so much from her. And that is why me personally love Desiree. For her music, who she is as an individual speaks volume. That is why I love Desiree. And that is why when I met her, it was such a joy. You'd have think someone know this lady a long time, how welcoming she was. You know what I mean? That is rare. And the words that she gave me is words of hopefulness and strength. And I appreciate of that. So big up to Desiree. You know, we know St. Croix, I go through a thing right now, and them not really pay attention to what is happening in the Caribbean where this storm and the hurricane is concerned. And she's from St. Croix, and she's sharing to me that it's a devastating thing is happening there. They have no light, they have no water, and the government is doing nothing. So if I can use this medium to say to the ones them, donate what you can. You know, give us strength where you can. Pay attention to what is happening, because at the end of the day, it's one humanity. And where we can help each other, we should.
First of all, thoughts going out to all those in the US and British Virgin Islands and all the other places in the Caribbean and America that were affected by Hurricane Irma and that are going through those problems again now. But secondly, I would agree with you. I also feel that Desiree is underappreciated, doesn't get the recognition she deserves. Why do you feel this is?
She's woman. She probably don't have a big team. And then, this is my observation. Sometimes this reggae industry, it tends to be a little bit cliquish. And if you're not linking with this person, if this person is not producing your song, or if you come from a certain island, it's like you don't get no recognition. And you can be, and then we notice that even with my Jamaican sister, you have a lot of wonderful female artists out there whereby people are counted to be bad. But they will never get heard. And they will never get the time of day. And that's why we have to give thanks to things like social media, where one can put out their own music and promote it from there. And some people will get the opportunity to hear it. But the industry tends to be a little bit cliquish. And I don't know if it's a fear of competition where everybody says one mission. Then why the fear of competition? What the competition for? Why you look for your sister like say she gonna eat your food? No. And that's what it said. Everybody can get a piece of the pie, or whatever you want to call it. It's not a rat race. It's a mission. And I don't have to sing the same thing like you, and you don't have to sing the same thing like me. But me deserve a place too. Me feel like Desiree should be globally known. But yet it seems like it's only some people in Jamaica and some people in California that knows her. And this lady has been about for a long time at the roots. Reggae music. Music for the masses to uplift and elevate the people in mind and provoke conscious thoughts. So I wonder if our message too conscious, if that's even the problem. I don't know what it is why people pick shoes and refuse who they want. But this industry can do a whole lot better by opening up the spectrum for everybody to be included. Not because you come from St. Croix means you can't do reggae and you can't do it well. Not because you come from Europe means you can't do reggae and you can't do it well.
Have you felt
the message and the music will count?
Have you felt excluded because you weren't part of the clique?
Initially, I felt like that, and I've seen that, yeah. And people have expressed to me who don't want to work with who or who don't feel like this person should be there, and they speak negative against each other. Me see them thing there. Me experience them thing there. Well, this step away from what the whole bigger picture of music is. It should have been a competition. It should have been nobody's excluded because they're not clicking with one person or this producer never produced this song or you don't know this selector. That to me a madness. That to me kind of deter me from wanting to do certain things in a reggae. The energy is supposed to be free. We can't talk about one love and with a fallacy of one love if we're going to exclude people based upon preference. That doesn't make sense.
Was that off-putting to you, or did you just come to terms with it and accept it and move on?
You see, for me, anytime I identify a problem, I tend to want to solve it. And nothing is set in stone. You know what I mean? I always say, I listen to you, cut and clear. And I'm always sure I and I are option of how to go around certain things. Hempress Sativa don't have no big nobody behind me, but I feel like the music that I'm doing is supposed to speak volume for who I am. And if it don't catch on that year, yeah, there's another year. And me have the patience and me have the resilience. We take my time and keep doing music till the ones who are supposed to catch on, catch on. I mean, I believe in this big bus and this big hype. To me, that's a nonsense. At the end of the day, is your music supposed to speak volume for who you are as an artist. And that alone supposed to speak, not the company that you keep or who push you or who say, yeah, that one is the next thing. No, from you pay your dues and you put in your works and you do your music and you do it the right way. You're not trying to cut nobody from achieving what they need to achieve. Just take your time, you'll eventually get there. Me can say me is a testimony to that. Can me take my time and I do my music how I wanted to do my music, even though some people say that now go gonna way. Your type of music, now go cut it. You have to make it be more commercial and all them something there. You have to just have faith and confidence in yourself and know that you have a niche that you can fill. Believe in your talent, believe in yourself.
Speaking of your music, the debut album, Unconquerable, dropped start of this year, January. How long did it take you to complete, and what were your main takeaways from the process? What did you learn from it?
I learned that in order to create an album that speaks to the people, it takes time. You can't rush it. I find that in music, everybody believes that you have to keep putting out songs and songs and songs behind songs behind songs to stay relevant. Personally, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I believe in taking time to create and write music that when people hear it, it provokes a certain thought, a certain emotion, a certain feeling. So naturally, when doing the album, it's my first album, I never wanted to rush into it. Everybody's saying, Hempress Sativa, you need an album, Hempress Sativa, you need to do an album. Yeah, I heard that. And that was something that I wanted to give to myself, but I also realized that I needed to take time. So it took me like a whole entire 9 months like a baby to complete the album with the strength of Conquering Lion Records and Axe Production. Because at one point I even got to Portland, stayed there for 2 months just to be able to record at the studio that I kind of feel the energy with the engineer. And he's one of them that play the bass on most of the songs. And I wanted to just be in a zone where I'm not a distraction and I had the time to can create the music the way how I wanted to. So that's what happened for the album.
I interviewed Kabaka Pyramids around about the time when he dropped his Accurate mixtape with Walshy Fire, and we were discussing All For One, the track which you feature on, which of course is over the brand Nubian instrumental. And the answer he gave me to this question still sticks into my mind today. He said, the thing that surprised me the most was that Hempress Sativa rapped on the track. You, of course, DJ and sing, but your style of delivery on this track was different. At least I'd never heard you do that before. Was this the first time that you'd experimented with that style?
No, all right. I've experimented with that style before, but it's just that people haven't heard the song. Yeah, but I love rap. I'm a big fan of Lauryn Hill, the Fugees to be exact. Maybe I gotta listen to the Fugees every day. So, given the opportunity, I don't know Kabaka, my virgin, and he's a prolific lyricist. And you don't know you're gonna have Core Fire and all the great ones on it. I wanted to, as the only female, match up. So, I try to change the flow a little bit and never really come DJing like everybody else. I wanted to really do a brand new band track and rap, So we give thanks to that opportunity and grateful for the ones them who love that track, and link me up and tell me so them appreciate my little verse. So, big respect goes out to Kabaka for that.
So will you ever bring this style back? Will we ever see hip-hop Hempress again?
You will see hip-hop Empress. Wouldn't really call it hip-hop Empress. But you will see me rapping. It's going to be a surprise. Stay tuned for the album, one can look out. You never know.
Before we finish, is there anything else that you'd like to mention or anyone that you'd like to big up?
Yes, I would like to say all eyes is to His Imperial Majesty and the Empress Menen for giving I and I life strength and to be present in this Iowa where I can give good music to the masses, Also, big up to Conquering Lion Records and Axe Production for holding the fort and strengthening Hempress Sativa throughout. Give Isis to you for giving I the opportunity to reason with the ones them. And of course, for the ones them supporting Hempress Sativa music, I am truly grateful. The love is reciprocated tenfold. And you can look out for more great things from Hempress Sativa, For anything concerning Hempress Sativa, you can always check hempresssativa.com, Hempress Sativa on IG and Facebook. And, keep the link going and just make we know what you like from Hempress Sativa, what other projects you want to see us doing. We have a tour coming up next year for January in the US. So ones can stay tuned for that. And we have one coming up in March for Europe. So a lot of great things. And I'm just grateful again for the opportunity. So big respect to you, Giba. Thank you.
No Retreat, Hempress Sativa's latest single featuring the late Junior Mervin, is available now digitally and on vinyl from buyreggae.com. Be sure to check it out and support good reggae music if you haven't already. Hempress Sativa, I wish you nothing but continued success and thanks a lot.
Thank you. Respect. Big up, Gibbo.
Gibbo presents